in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Set, 180, 11, 6-6, bullet 5. Look at him.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's coming. Hey. Watch the safety trip.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 99. Whip. Raider run. Express. You got it. Express.
51's the mic. Hey, watch the...
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the screen. Right here.
Here's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
808. Get afraid of me. You bet. Hey, wahoo. Deuce right teeth.
Throwing again. Carr. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this.
And that's caught inside the 30. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was.
And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Kill. Express.
51 the mic, boy. 51.
From the gun, it's Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfro, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
6 guys. Go. Hey, move.
To throw is Stafford. He gets it left side to Johnson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Check 31, check 31.
Check 26, check 26. Stay 50, stay 50.
Check 13.
From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Stay 50, stay 50. Hurry! 59! Hey, Haywood!
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And the Raiders have got him. Tahir Whitehead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Shift! Watch the 618!
On first down, Carr. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Express! 93! Hey, Steve 6! Steve 6!
Mike 51, Mike 51. I got him. Mike 51, Mike.
Carr now on first down. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there, a 22. First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Devon Kennard in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Carr forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there. Carr to Nelson, 43 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Jacobs. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Switch the mic right here. We go mic 40, mic 40. All day, all day.
Second down and goal. Carr. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Double dog, that's the way. Slam, slam, slam. Alert!
Five.
Yeah, you don't want none. 53's the money. 53, check 53. I don't even know why this team.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, exit.
Hey. Check 53.
Stafford. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
50.
Check 15, check 15. Switch. Like 7. Spawn. No.
From his end zone, Stafford on 3rd and long. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr, he's going to go for a bit. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys are able to regain the lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Express. Hey, Raider 2. Bravo.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit. Heavy.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception, almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. Flushed out right, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Mike 51. I got the
Alpha.
Mike 51.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Express.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Then, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
At the 36-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Cleveland Farrell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check.
Omaha, ready, move. 53, ready.
Hey. Bud, be ready. Be ready.
Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Check. Watch twist.
Double right.
Check. Press down.
Hey, 54.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Down. 185.
I got you, sir.
That's up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. On first down, it's Stafford. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Cleveland Farrell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43.
Hey, give me a radar. Hey, high 7. Hey. 21. Kill.
On first and 10, Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's James. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the Raiders' 36-yard line.
Now Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benson Mayowa in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Third and long, it's Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Lions take over.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And
he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Express. Well, Gumbo. Raider 1. Hey, watch it. 93. 93.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 42 yards. yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Raiders 49, Lions 16.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Stafford on 3rd down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Here we go with Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On 1st down, Stafford here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cleveland Farrell able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, Zoo. Hey.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Monday. Check 3, check 59. Alert 3. Middle. Stay 50. Hey, easy.
Throwing is Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's a 1st down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
22.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford, blitz coming, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
They snap it to Stafford. And it is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though.
And the Lions Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On second down, Jacobs. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move them into a 3rd and 13 here. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Kill. Hey, seam 6.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Stafford. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Check, 250.
Check 53. Not today, you aren't. Not today.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. That option pitch we saw, we don't witness a ton of that in the NFL, but it worked there down near the goal line for a score.
And it's actually a great call in goal line situations because as more and more quarterbacks enter the league with that mobility and having run option in college, more pro teams are adding it to their arsenal. And now it's not just, does the quarterback run it? Does he pitch it? Now they've added that 3rd element. He can rise up and throw the ball as well.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. Which I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game? And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jacobs now. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's the Raiders punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time."
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hey, let's go. Hey, easy.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, "What do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out?" He said, "Oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it.
And the Raiders have got him. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
No chance. He's coming. We got double up.
Zebra.
It's a safety creep. Check 99. Whip.
Hey, 70.
It's the whip.
Hey, red.
Check 3.
Hey.
Motion backfield.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down again. Benson Mayowa picks up his second sack.